What is causing the prison riots at the men's correctional facility at Chino? Full Disclosure learned that most outbreaks are caused by overcrowding and racial tensions. In fact, most of our jails and prisons are simmering pots of racial violence ready to blow like a smoking volcano. Prison authorities cite overcrowding as a major cause of increased homicides occurring in the corrections facilities. Just imagine what it's like to have all these criminals packed like sardines into a facility that's much too small. It is for this reason that violence is escalating into wholesale riots that actually take over the prison facilities. According to law enforcement authorities, one of the biggest contributors to overcrowding is the unceasing flood of illegal immigrants. And this has long been a problem over the last 2 decades. Full Disclosure's interviewed dozens of chiefs of police and county sheriffs, and common concern among all of these top law enforcement officers is this major problem of overcrowding due to criminal illegal immigrants who are incarcerated in the local jails. Listen to the late Los Angeles County Sheriff Sherman Block, who cited the headache that he was facing in 1995, followed by the current Sheriff Lee Baca, who restated the problem in 2002, and then finally Orange County Sheriff Mike Corona, who's struggling with the same problem in 2005. District Attorney Gil Garcetti has estimated that about 20% of the prison population are illegal aliens. Is that true?
It fluctuates. The last snapshot that was done in Los Angeles County was about 16%. About
23% of my jail population in the county jail are illegal immigrants. And so this is a very big problem.
The bad news is that we still have about 14% of our jail that are undocumented individuals who've committed crimes that are in our jail. There needs to be a way to try to move those people out of the system and into the federal system to deal with the immigration issues rather than leaving that at the local doorstep.
And the problem isn't only a matter of logistics, it's the cost of providing food and clothing and shelter and medical attention and legal aid for these individuals. It is staggering. Tell us, how much does it cost for this 20% of this jail population?
We estimate that the cost is somewhere between $50 and $70 million a year.
Per year?
Per year.
Boy, that's a sizable amount, isn't it?
It's a sizable amount, no question about it.
$50 to $70 million every year, and the problem seems to have no solution. Once the local police and sheriffs turn over the illegal immigrants to federal customs enforcement, the criminals are deported. But then they come right back to prey upon us again and again. And the cost isn't merely financial. Consider the traumatic cost to the victims and their families as they suffer the agony of rape, robbery, and murder. Listen to these startling statistics from LA Sheriff Baca. You said you had 23%
of all the people in the county jail at any one time, on average, are illegal immigrants.
How many of them actually return after they've spent time in jail?
About 70% return 4 more times in 5 years.
Wow.
After deportation.
After deportation, they come back and they end up back in jail? Back in jail. And because they've committed another crime?
Yes, and then they're deported a second time, and then a third time, and then the study ended in a 5-year period. So I imagine there are people who have probably come back and forth as many as 10 times.
Well, I wonder if you could tell us, do you have any idea what kind of crimes they are committing?
They're committing every kind of crime imaginable.
How can we expect our law enforcement agencies to control crime and protect us when they're forced to play this constant game of rearresting known illegal immigrant criminals who come back into our country and prey on our communities with impunity? Listen here to the frustration voiced by Sheriff Baca, who lives with this problem on a daily basis.
What has happened is that our country has become virtually a revolving door for those who are known to be criminal problems, and we just can't seem to stop it.
We want to hear from you, our viewers. What can be done about this situation? What do you think we should do about this terrible prison overcrowding problem? 1, should we build a larger and more accommodating prisons at California taxpayer expense? Number 2, should we continue with the revolving door policy where criminal illegal aliens are arrested, prosecuted, and then deported only to return again? Or number 3, should the governor of California and the state legislature demand that the federal government secure our borders now and keep the criminal illegal aliens in federal prison facilities? Please respond to our survey and answer these questions and leave your comments below. Thank you very much.